Oh yeah, it's the Drum Brigade Show.
Yes.
Episode 21.
Damn, 21 episodes.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it's not much, but it's kind of crazy.
It's a lot for us. It's the most we've ever had.
It's the most we've ever had. It's the most we ever had. Drum Brigade Show, episode 21.
Mm-hmm.
In the Beat Locker, beautiful San Diego, California. I'm Corey Kingston. Sitting across from me, holding down the show, producing it, making things happen. He is fantastic. He's a bread maker. He's a beat maker. He's a chef. No, he's a baker and a candlestick maker. I don't know what that makes.
I've never made a candlestick.
He's funky, fantastic, Funky Phil. What's up, Funky Phil?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm having a good morning.
I just had that bread that you made. It was sourdough, and it was bomb.
Yes, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Sourdough.
Although your bread was good, I don't know about my morning. I'm busy, and I've already been on a soapbox off air.
It's true.
About things, and you're like, let me shovel the poop out of your poopy pants.
No, I was looking for a shovel for you to shovel your own poop out.
Oh.
I'm not going to. I do that for my son.
Don't you, though? And for yourself.
Yes.
Maybe this is why nobody listens to our show, because we're talking about poop all the time.
Are we?
Okay, so this is the Drum Brigade Show. As I mentioned, you can get this show on many different platforms. We make this so easy for you guys. All right, it's iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, TuneIn, drumbrigade.com, YouTube, soon to be Spotify. Phil.
Corey.
Soon to be Spotify. Maybe this is why, because we just have all these soon to be's. Soon to have a web show coming soon, or is it? I don't know. We're going to try to work on it. We got a place that we can use anytime we want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're going to work on that. We've already met about it. Now we just got to script it out. And then we're going to have a web show that you cannot watch. It's cool. All right. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm having a negative morning.
You're a negative
I'm having
Nancy
a negative
today.
morning. We have all that stuff working. Drum Brigade, it's a community, it's a family, it's a place for drum enthusiasts, future drummer, people who are just into music and culture to be among like-minded individuals. You know the drill. We got stuff, products, lessons, videos, t-shirts, stickers, a podcast, all this stuff that you can use to be a part of the Brigade. The question is, are you part of the Brigade? If not, I don't really care. Just subscribe to all of our stuff. I do care. Gosh, Phil, don't cry.
I'm going to cry.
We just want the Brigade to grow. Just help us help you to help it grow.
Yeah, spread the word out there, folks.
Yeah. So we got a bunch of stuff that you can use, you can wear, you can stick on things, you can hit with drumsticks, Phil. Drumsticks. They look cool. They work good. Be a part of the Brigade. Be a part of the Brotherhood of Drums.
Yeah.
Phil, are you part of the Brotherhood of Drums?
You know I am.
Yeah, me too.
Founder. I got my shirt on.
Yeah, me. Oh, wait a
Got
minute.
an Aquarian drumhead shirt
I'm part
on.
of the Aquarian Brotherhood.
I mean, that's a cool one too.
We have a dope guest this week. A dope guest.
Oh yeah.
His name is Anwar Marshall.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, he's a jazz drummer from New York, right?
Philly.
Oh, from Philly.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I went to school with this dude.
This dude is dope at jazz.
The University of the Arts.
Dang.
Yeah.
You guys are all smart and stuff, know how to play jazz, and I'm over here faking that funk. All right.
Anwar is fantastic. He's an amazing drummer.
He plays with some heavy dudes. We're going to get to know him a little bit more. I don't really know him too well, but you know him.
You're going to like him. He's one of the nicest dudes I've ever met.
He's a bad dude on drums.
Yeah, but he's like super humble and...
That'll get you nowhere in this world, Phil.
Fantastic drummer.
That'll get you nowhere. You have to be a straight up jerk. All right, let's get into the show. Drum Brigade. Drum Brigade show. Oh yeah, I'm in a mood today, Funky Phil.
Dude, let's turn that frown upside down.
I can't help it, man. I don't know. I mean, I had a great morning, but...
All right. I want to hear about your full robo experience.
Oh, man.
If you guys don't know, Corey had a gig where he went full robo. Full, I mean like 100%, played at SPD SX
yes.
with a kick pedal attachment.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Okay, let me tell you about it. This dude hits me up. He's like, I got this gig. It's an easy gig. It's in Encinitas, San Diego. Very easy. It's at this time, and it's a cajon gig. Well, I have a cajon.
I just puked in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't want to play cajon all night, man. It's so boring. And so I'm like, all right, cool. I got a cajon. Yeah, I can bring a little percussion setup, And I'm like, but hey, check it out. Like, I got this electronic setup now too that I can use. Maybe that would be better. And he's like, oh, dope. All right, sweet. So I did. I brought that mug. I borrowed a Roland KD7. Is that what it is?
Something like that.
It's
one of those,
like a kick pad thing.
Yeah.
It's like a kick trigger thing. KD7, I think.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I hooked that thing up. So I just got this SPDS, as you know, I've been talking about it for weeks. I still haven't played a gig with it because I've been trying to dial it in with samples and all that stuff. Okay, well, there's like a rock kit that comes on it, preloaded. That kit sucks. So I bought it. I downloaded another like snare and then I haven't downloaded a ride, but and then I just made a kit with that. Dude, I played that thing and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was way doper than I ever thought it would be.
It looked fun. I saw Sergio posted a clip of you ripping on it. Dude, you're doing some funky biz on that thing.
Dude, it was so fun. It was like so much more like, it was like, I can't explain it. It was so much more like usable and like it worked so much better than I thought it would work. It was like almost like playing a regular drum set, except super compact. It was like almost like playing electronic drum set. That's what it was. The only thing that it doesn't have that I didn't have with me is like a hi-hat pedal trigger thing.
Yeah.
But what I did was made one of the other. Okay, I made two different pads, one closed hi-hat, one open hi-hat. So when I wanted to open the hi-hat, I just hit that one, but then when I hit the other one, it would shut off. So it sounded just like I was opening and closing my hi-hat.
Yeah.
And it worked flawlessly.
That's awesome.
It was amazing. It's so dope. So I'm going to build other drum kits because I was having trouble, like some of the drum kits weren't sounding too great or like weren't leveled out. But the one that I built was like very good.
That's
only
rad.
thing that was a problem was the ride. I didn't like the ride. And so I'm just going to download like from Zildjian. I don't know if you can download, but they have YouTube videos of basically any ride you can possibly want. So you just have to build a sample out of that.
Dude, I bet they've got samples. Talk to your peeps. I bet they've got samples. They're in different drum modules where it'll be like branded. Like, those horrible robo drums at the casino have like real Zildjian samples in them.
Yeah. Yeah. I could build a sample out of it though. That's what I'm saying.
You could sample your very own.
I could sample my very own and have
cool.
my actual cymbal setup. So it works so good. I could use that on a lot of gigs. I'm supposed to pick up one of those. I borrowed that KD7 from you.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to go pick one up today. I found one from a guy on OfferUp, I think.
Nice.
Or something, or Reverb or something. He lives in Escondido, so I can just drive and meet him.
Sweet.
He had it for sale for $75. I asked if he would take 60, and he's like, yes, I will.
Does he have that curved beater?
No, but it comes with a pearl. It comes with a pearl pedal.
Your favorite.
So I'm like, whatever. But those things, brand new, I was going to go buy a brand new one. They're $140.
For that?
With a beater, yeah.
And that one's old. They've got like a new one that looks pretty cool.
I almost pulled the trigger on the new one. So that's
pretty expensive.
The KT10.
That's the one that looks like a hi-hat pedal, but it's
just a it's a standalone pedal. It's weighted. That thing is dope, dude.
Yeah, I've read nothing but good things about it.
Have you seen the way it works?
Not really, just videos of people. Like it just
Yeah.
looks like you step on it and it has like some kind of
It has like a little, I was like, how does that work? How does it feel like a real beater? And the guy's like, dude, it just feels like the real beater. It's like, it's weighted. You can make it feel perfect. Well, I like started watching videos and it's, dude, but that thing's $250.
That's a lot.
I saw one on that same website for $200, but I just can't drop that right now.
But dude, that'd be cool to not have to bring a separate pedal and trigger pad.
Right.
Just be able to throw that all in one thing in your bag. That's cool.
If you could just set that thing next to your actual kick drum on your like drum set and use that as an alternate, like when you need to like get
or for all those times where you need to play double kick.
Yes.
You can put it next to your hi-hat.
Oh, yes. And I do need to play double kick. But it'd be like cool if it was like one kick was just like boom, and then the other one was like boom, boom.
Yeah, or like boing.
Or like, yeah, like spring sounds or something. So yeah, my electric situation was on point.
Dude, that's cool.
And it worked
I've done
good.
a couple gigs like that with the Nord pad.
Mm-hmm.
I did a couple with that. But so far my favorite way to do that is to use real cymbals.
Oh.
And then just use the electronics for your drum tones, because I feel like the cymbals are the worst part.
Yeah, the cymbals weren't that great, but it took some like on the spot doctoring up. Like I had to like turn down. They were like too aggressive. Like the hi-hat was like way too loud. So I had to tune in like some of the.
Did they have a sub?
No.
That's another thing, huh?
No. Hold on. There's your toast. My wife is ordering some of Phil's toast.
Yeah.
Funky Phil's toast. Huh? This is our show, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Beat Locker. We make toast in the Beat Locker.
Cool. Some good toast.
See? You heard it first. So yeah, that I was actually like impressed. Like I was kind of blown away at how good it worked. Mm-hmm. Like there was no false triggering. There was no, like the ride was like, I can't get the sensitivity right. So the ride is not triggering often as I would like. So that's why I think I need to try a different sample.
Yeah.
Other than that, drum fills, everything, like I could play like myself and it totally worked. Like super good. And it was like, it took like almost no room. The kick drum thing like worked flawless.
Yeah.
So good. So I will definitely be using that on every opportunity I can. Like I can't show up to every gig with that. Like I can't play jazz with that.
Yeah.
But if it's like, hey man, I got this little gig. Yeah, it's just a cajon gig. No.
I know. I've been holding steady. I know the cajon has been a very popular thing for like small clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've never bought one, and I hate
They're dumb.
I hate how fatty it is. It's like everybody, and everyone does the same thing with it.
Yeah, do.
Yeah.
Well, the first time I ever played a cajon, I thought it was the greatest thing ever. I thought it was the greatest thing ever. But it was like, yeah, I mean, they're hard to play gigs on. Wait, hold on a second. Why are you whispering? Now you just walk away. You interrupt the show and then you just whisper and walk away.
I said because it was an anniversary gift.
Oh, my cajon was an anniversary gift. That's what I was trying to say. And that's why it was the greatest thing. But that wasn't the first one I played. I played somebody who had one at his house, and I was just like, this is so amazing. But that one's good.
Yeah.
It was good. And it was more good. It was more good because she got it for me. All right. So that gig was good. I played a jazz, like pretty full on jazz gig. As jazz as you can get in San Diego. So I have this jazz band called Retrosonic.
Woo.
It's with Anthony Smith. Anthony
yeah.
Smith is a piano player here in San Diego, and he's a vibes player.
We should get him on.
I know. He's really dope. He's written 3 books or more. He is an incredible arranger. He's a really dope like musician. Yeah. And then he's a cool hang too. We're like laughing all the time. And so man, I'm so out of my comfort zone when I play that gig, but it's so dope. So that gig is like 80s tunes, but done full jazz, and that sounds lame. I know what you're thinking. That sounds like, really? That's not jazz. But no, if the album's coming out pretty soon, and it's all like dudes from New York that recorded this album. And then I did one song, and then the singers are from out here, and it is so good, man. It's amazing how these 80s songs make really great jazz songs. And they're hard, man. There's songs in 5, and like there's odd time songs. There's like,
dang, I want to see you play that stuff.
It's so hard, but I'm like very out of my comfort zone. So like my first set, I'm like trying to like hang on by a thread, and then the second set, I'm like, okay, now I can play, and then
Yeah.
But it's not all just like swinging the whole night. Like I wish it was swinging a little bit more, but I guess it depends on the singer, because like we have like different singers rotating in and out depending on their availability. And so like one of the singers likes to swing like pretty much all night, or like play like a Latin tune and a bossa tune, and then swing, bossa tune, Latin tune, funk tune, And then there's another singer that's like doing like more like pop tunes, and we're kind of jazzing them up a little bit, but whatever. So that was dope. That was really dope. It was like what I love to do.
That's awesome.
That's one of my favorite gigs. Like I get more like really nervous and excited at the same time to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not excited about the drums I have to play though.
Oh, really? What do you have to play?
So I have this Odery kit. It's a cheap Odery, like it's the one with the 14-inch kick drum.
The little bitty kit.
Yeah. And the kick drum is dope. I put new heads on it. I use my normal snare, but I hate the toms. The
they're
toms
tiny,
sound
right?
terrible, dude.
They're
They
like
just sound
shallow.
so dumb and terrible.
Did you put new heads on those?
No.
Oh.
So I got to try that.
Yeah.
If not that, then I'm just going to use my Masters of Maples like toms with that little kick drum. Or I'm thinking about getting a kick drum. Like I'm thinking about like maybe selling that kit or just hanging on to it for like students or whatever. And like getting like a conversion kit for my 16-inch kick drum. I mean, my 16-inch floor tom.
That'd be cool.
And then using a full Masters of Maple drum kit.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of thinking to do, but Black Friday's coming up, and Amazon, I got Amazon Prime for a month.
Nice.
So I might just get a conversion kit.
That's cool. Yeah. There's one that I was interested in that DW makes that I guess it's made to convert like anything into a kick though.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of expensive, but it has like 4 adjustable posts that have like rubber nubs on them.
Oh yeah, and you just set it on there?
Yeah, so you could put like a djembe on that thing.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
You could put anything. You could put a little tiny drum or
Oh yeah. I've seen that. That's cool. Yeah, I think that's cool. I saw one that Gibraltar makes. That's the one that I probably want to get because it rises it's like for a 16-inch or an 18-inch or a 14-inch, I think. It rises it up.
yeah.
Right. And then like, so it has spurs that make it taller, but then it also like the other, so you know how your floor tom has like 3 legs.
Yeah.
So the 2 legs, the spurs go into the 2 legs, and then the other leg that's on the top, that they turn that into a rack tom mount.
What?
Yeah. So that's why I want to get that one.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that would be dope. So I think that's the one I want to get. My cat is going crazy playing with something. So yeah, I got to figure out how to get that. There's too many things I want to get right now. I'm like just like in like panic mode of like, how can I get this? How can I get that? Like, so like I've been like super like zoned in on getting one of those kick drum triggers that I borrowed from you. And then there's a bike computer that I want to get, like a cycling computer.
Whoa.
But it's expensive, and so I don't want to do that. I want to do that, but I can't do that right now. Me and my wife want a camera really bad, like a family camera, but like a Canon, like not like a crazy wedding photography one, but like a good like $500 camera.
Nice.
And then like we're kind of done using iPhones and GoPros. We want solid cameras. And I could use one for like all the stuff that we're doing.
Yeah, when we start doing the show.
Yeah, that's one thing holding me back. And it could be a write-off for us, Phil.
Big time. That's a big old write-off.
We need a sponsor.
Wink, wink.
We need a sponsor, people. But we can't get a sponsor if we don't get more listeners. Gosh. This is driving. This was one of my soapboxes that Phil told me not to get on.
Climbing is the way to your goal.
Hey, you're not on the show. Beat it. You don't even. She doesn't even listen to the show. So why you can't give your 2 cents if you don't even listen? Yeah. So and there's like other stuff too that I need to get, like drum related stuff. Like I need to get new heads. Are you going to this next week? No, this week. Day after tomorrow is the Aquarian Artist Party. Phil, you going?
Maybe.
It's a like memorial for Roy Burns. And we're going to like, some people are going to have drinks and eat food and like, I don't know, steal things out of the warehouse. I hope.
What?
No, just kidding. No, just kidding.
That's messed up.
Yeah, it's the Aquarian Artist Party. It's kind of a weird situation because part of me would like to bring a camera and bring a microphone and be like, hey, Eric Moore. Nah, I wouldn't interview him. Anyways, anybody else? Hey, you want to do an interview really quick for like Drum Brigade podcast? But then it's like, it's supposed to be about like Roy Burns and it's supposed to be about Aquarian. But what I can do is be like, hey man, would you be down to come on the Drum Brigade podcast and show people like what you're about? And they would be like, yes, sir. How about today? Okay, yes, sir. And then I have to call up Phil and be like, let's do the show, fool.
Damn.
No. Really though, there's a dope, really dope artist party at Aquarian in Tustin, Orange County. I'm going to go Wednesday morning.
Tustin makes me feel good.
Yeah. And Aquarian, they're going to have food. Phil, you got to go.
I want to go.
I don't understand why you're not an artist yet. What the heck?
I don't know. Talk to Chris.
Dang it, Chris. Sure, he listens to the show.
I mean, we emailed a couple times, but I think he got real busy.
Yeah. Well,
it's cool. Their heads last forever, so it's not like I would ever need to buy them anyway.
Yeah, I need to outfit my whole drum kit. That's probably like first priority besides this kick drum trigger.
Yeah.
First priority is outfit my drums with new heads.
Got so much stuff I want to get too. It's endless.
It's endless.
Endless.
This is what I'm figuring out. You get one new piece of equipment and
yeah. Now I need to get conga bags.
See? By the way, Black Friday is this Friday, which means I'm getting a new snare drum soon.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah. The trash talk is coming here.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what size did you get?
I got the shorter one.
The one that's 4 or 5?
No, it's 5. 14 by 5.
Dude, I want to get
6
another.
lug.
I want to get another drum.
Yeah.
I've already been Jones, and I'm like, because I've got like that 6.5.
Yeah,
I think
by 15, right?
it's 14.
Wait, don't you have a 15?
He's just letting me borrow that.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
I don't know. I keep being like, you want this back? He's like, nah, you hang on to it. But, yeah, I just want to get another. I want to get another snare that's not so deep.
Dude, get a trash talk.
Come on, Corey.
You can't. You should be allowed to play all the like. You should be allowed to play any snare you want.
I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
You don't have to only play vessel snares.
Dude, come on. You know how it is.
You don't have to, though.
I know I don't have to, but I want to. I love those snare drums.
They're cool, but like you can play other ones. You want one of those ones that he patinas in the ocean?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I've been getting ideas. We'll see.
You need a wood snare.
I do. Yeah, I do. I do not have a wood snare, but I really like metal ones.
I never really use wood snare. I have 4.
Why do you have so many snare drums?
Because I like collecting snare drums.
I guess a lot of dudes. Dude, James, 40.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's nothing.
Yeah, I've got like 3 or 4, I think.
I don't even know. I have a couple like student snares that I'll never use, but I have 5 wood snares. But I never play.
I like metal ones.
The only snare I always ever use is my Tama copper snare. And like for a while I was using a Spawn 40 ply. I think I just have the wrong head on that.
That thing was crazy.
Yeah, and now I'm just like over it. That was a wood snare though. That was my go-to snare. But now I have some weird, my dream is to have my snares like on a shelf in my house with a light on them. But like, I don't know if that day will ever come. You know what? I should build a rack right there. I should build a rack right there that has my snares on.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
They'd get sunlight.
I should do that. They should be on display and they'd be like, why do you have so many drums? And be like, because that's my snare collection, fool.
Fool.
I ought to run that by my wife and see if I can have a snare rack right there with like 5 or 6 snares. I can't wait to get that trash talk, man. I can't wait to get that trash talk. I can't wait to hear how it sounds and play it. And I hope that's my go-to snare.
That thing's going to be cool.
Yeah. I had to get it. It was an affordable price. By the way, I did talk to him about my Type M snare. That's like a hybrid.
Yeah.
It's like metal, wood.
The one that you don't have yet, right?
I don't have it. It's supposed to come with my kit. And he's like, yeah, man. Yeah, no, I haven't forgotten. He's like, the problem is I still owe a little bit of money. So I'm like, well, let me know what I owe and then I'll get you the money and then we can get that settled. And he's just like, yeah, well, okay, cool. So I think I'll be getting 2 snares sooner or later.
What?
Like that if I get that snare, that will be my go-to snare every day.
That thing sounds amazing.
I'll have a hard time using any other snare.
Yeah.
That is the most the most beautiful snare I've ever heard in my life, ever.
Oh man,
that would be hard to use any other snare, really. And then they have other stuff in the works that I know I'm going to be like, yeah, but I kind of need this one too, and I got to stop after a while. Okay, I got a soapbox I need to get on.
All right,
let's do it. I ain't trying to hear that right now. I actually have 3 soapboxes, but I'm only going to get on one right now. I might get on another. I don't know. Phil, I took a little trip to Guitar Center today. This week. This week. On Saturday. I've had it with them. I buy a lot of stuff from them, but I've had it with Guitar Center. I'm going to tell you why. First of all, my wife came with me.
Uh-oh.
I was like, I want you to see. I want you to experience what this place is like.
Yeah.
So we walk in, it's chaos. There's just people like, it's like going into Trader Joe's. You ever go to Trader Joe's?
Sometimes.
Okay. It's
pretty rare.
Chaos in there. Everybody's just like, for some reason, nobody like knows how to follow rules or have etiquette or be nice to people when they're in Trader Joe's. You step foot in there. The way it's set up is so organized. Like their aisles are like at an angle. They're like diagonal. It's small. It's not like a grocery store. It's like, it's in a strip mall normally. There's no rhyme or reason. You can never find anything. Mm-hmm. Like there's no rhyme or reason to what you're doing. I love Trader Joe's. I love what they sell and stuff. I grocery shop there. But dude, why don't people know how to, like, there's old people literally like running their carts into you and not saying sorry. They're just like, I gotta get hummus. And they're just like pushing you out of the way. Hummus. I don't know what it is. People do not know how to follow rules in freaking Trader Joe's. This isn't about Trader Joe's. It's about Guitar Center.
Okay.
It resembles Trader Joe's when you walk in. It's just chaos. People just playing guitars. People like, it's just nothing but weekend warriors in there. Like, do you have this, like this, whatever, like a pickup for this thing, whatever. So I'm telling my wife, here's how Guitar Center works. You think they have a lot of things. Look around. It's a lot of stuff. Guitars, amps, keyboards, drums. They have a lot of stuff. But they don't have anything.
Wait, can you clarify that?
Okay. There's so many layers to this soapbox.
Oh, man.
Okay. I don't even know where to start. Okay, first of all, let me take you back. We walk in, my wife sees the giant posters. She sees a poster like on the windows, you know. She sees a poster of Questlove and she's like, oh, look at that one. That's cool. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably the worst drum set in here. And she's like, what do you mean? She's like, well, why would he have a poster of him standing next to the worst drum set ever? And I'm like, because it's Guitar Center. And so she's like, I don't get it. So we go in there, and then I see one of his drum sets. It's used. And I'm like, see, here it is. I'm like, look at how cheap this thing is. And then I pick up one of the toms. There's literally like screws from the lugs floating around in the toms.
Inside?
I'm like, you see? I'm like, you see how cheap this drum set is? She's like, why would they even sell that? And I'm like, thank you. Okay, so now.
That could be just negligence,
though. Phil.
You know?
No, that cheap drum set is cheap.
It is cheap. But, I mean, the screws falling off inside, that's just because someone didn't, like, tighten them back up.
Seriously, if you were selling a used drum set on the floor, wouldn't you fix that?
Yeah, but that's more on Guitar Center.
Okay, so that's my point. Guitar Center doesn't have anybody in the drum department to fix anything because there's no one in the drum department, Phil.
That's true.
Okay, so I played the trick on my wife where I was like, hey, can I get this one? I'm just going to get this one. I'd like to pay for it now. I'm saying that out loud. But there's no one there to listen to me because no one works in the drums department.
So you're standing at the register in the drum department?
Yes, I would like to purchase this right here. No, the DW. Okay, I'll take the DW. Oh, wait, no one's here. I can't buy it.
You're like, no, I'm good without the pro coverage.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, so that's one. No, what? Oh, my gosh. So I'm like, I would like to buy. Okay, well, another thing. A few, like maybe a month ago, I bought an SPD-1 Roland electronic drum trigger thing.
Yeah, the single pad one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I go in there. I'm standing in the drum department for a while. I wave somebody down, say, hey, can you come in here and help me out? I would like to get this. And I go, can you tell me anything about it? The dude is completely pure, like BSing me. Like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, it's like an electronic drum pad. He's literally reading the thing.
The bullet points?
Yeah. And it looks like it has 24 different triggers. I go, can you load your own triggers, like own samples in there? Nope, doesn't look like you can do that. And then I read, it goes, well, it says you can. Oh yeah, I guess you can. I'm like, unbelievable. So I'm like, okay, that was like at a different Guitar Center. I try to I go, okay, I'd like to get this one. The guy goes, well, let me see if we have them in stock. I'm pointing at it. No, this one. Well, let me see if we have it in stock. Looks.
It's right there.
Yeah, looks it up. No, sorry, man. We don't have that one in stock. I can order it for you. I'm like, bro.
Like there's literally one
right there.
You're looking at it. You could touch it.
I plugged it in. I was playing it.
It exists.
Yeah.
But he was like, we don't have
it. I can order it for you. That's their famous line. We were walking around Guitar Center and that's all I heard. Nope, we don't have that one in stock. I can order it for you. No thanks. Well, I could get it to your house in like a few days. No. Well, what's the point of ordering it online if you could just order it? I'm like, shut up. I don't need it. Okay, so I go, can I just buy that one? That's the one I want. I'll just buy the floor model.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that. I'm like, I have the money. I'm holding it. Can I just buy it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to check with my manager. He's gone for like 10 minutes. I'm like, bro, I'll just take it off and walk to a different register. So then he comes back. All right, we don't have it in stock. We have all the other ones. Do you want one of the other ones? I'm like, no, I want this one. Gosh, this one. So then he's like, all right, my manager said you can buy it. So he starts trying to take the mount off. And I go, no, it comes with the mount. These guys don't know anything about it. They don't know anything about it. I go, it comes with that mount. I'm like, this is a floor model. Can I have a discount? Yeah, I'm going to give you 10%. Okay, cool. I buy it, go home. The rest is history. I don't have a box. I don't have I have a power and the mount, and that's it. That's cool. Okay, well, this time I'm looking for your bass drum trigger to go buy one.
Yeah.
And so what happened was my gig was on Friday. That Friday I went to a different Guitar Center in Marietta. I go to get it. I go to Marietta to buy this stinking thing. Okay, I walk in. This girl comes up and she's like, hey, how's it going? I'm Stephanie, or whatever her name is. And she's like, how's it going? How can I help you? And I'm like, oh, hey, I'm looking for a bass drum, module, kick drum, trigger, something like this, and I point to something, and I'm like, but just by itself. Oh, I don't think we sell anything. I don't think you could buy anything like that.
Oh, God.
Literally, this is what she says. No, I'm like, no, I'm sure you can. Are you sure? I don't think they sell them individually. I think you have to buy the whole drum kit.
Ugh.
This girl's trying to get me to buy a whole Roland V drum kit because I just want the bass drum module, dude.
Oh my
Just the
gosh.
bass drum trigger. I'm like, nope. I go, I know you can get them. Okay, well, I'm going to have to check on that. I'm like, okay, well, let's go check on that then.
Man.
So then she goes to the counter, the guy, and then she's like, what's your name? And I'm like, I'm Corey. And she's like, oh, okay, nice to meet you. I'm Stephanie. Okay, let me go check on that for you. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Stephanie sounds cool.
Dude, Stephanie. Oh. So then, like, I don't know if her name is Stephanie, but she just sounds like her name would be Stephanie. It was probably like, I don't know, Jessica or something. I don't know. But anyways, so she starts pulling down, the like practice pad kick drum things?
Yeah.
She starts pulling like two of those down.
Oh.
And I'm like, nope, those aren't them. She's like, well, we have one of these. And I'm like, I just said that's not what I'm looking for. She's like, she's like asking the guy at the counter, like the worker guy. And he's like, yeah, they're up there. So she starts pulling them down. And I'm like, no, that's not it. She pulls down another one. Well, here's one that's like, it's like what you're asking for, right? I'm like, it's not it. I go, it's more like this. I show her a picture. I'm like, it's just like this. And it's an electronic one. That's just a pad. Sorry, that's all we have. I can order it for you though. And I'm like, beat it. I go, no, I got to go. So I bought something else and left. And that guy was like hassling me on getting the pearl version of the mount that I wanted. But he forced me to get it. He forced me. You know how I feel about pearl.
Yeah.
But it's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good mount.
All right.
Dude, that's one I use. I've had zero problems with it. It's
All
solid.
right. Well, I got it. It was only a couple bucks more. Okay, back to Guitar Center that I went to the other day with my wife. There's no one in the room. It's just what it is, dude. That's all I can say. It's just Guitar Center is so dumb. It's so dumb. It's not convenient. You think it is. But it's not. You think like you could get what you want, but you can't. It's a facade. It's like everything there is a prop.
Yeah.
And then if you really want to get something, they can order it for you. You might as well stay home and order it off of Amazon, dude, or Sweetwater.
Well, I feel like it's kind of like the McDonald's of music stores.
It would be except if you wanted to get a Big Mac, they would be like, we don't have those, but we can send you one. But you're like, I want a Big Mac right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree, man. It
is good for that.
They're good for like, I feel like it's cool for people who are not professional musicians.
Okay, but my point for the SPD-1, I bought it off the floor, right? So a month later, I go back and I see all the wall of SPD-1 stuff. They got the 3 modules. The one that I bought has not been reordered and replaced. It's just gone. So if I went there and was like, I really want to try the SPD-1 Electro, that one is not there. It's gone. Because no one is working in the drum department to replace the one that was already bought for display. It is so messed up.
Yeah, man. I'm with you. I try to avoid that place like the plague.
If I was really serious and I was like, hey, I want to get one of those SPDX SXs. I saw a drummer last week playing one and he was using it as a drum set. They have one there, but it is not plugged in. And if you ask one of the retards over there, sorry, I shouldn't say retards. If you ask one of the people there, like, hey, can you hook this thing up? I would like to hear how this thing plays. They don't know how to do it. They don't know what the functions are. They don't know what it does. They don't know anything about it.
Yep.
They don't know anything about it. Now, cut forward. I wanted to get that KD7, the kick drum module by Roland that you loaned me.
Yeah.
There's another one that's made by Cat, K-A-T. It's like cheaper.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different Roland ones. So I'm thinking, I really want to get this thing. I really want to figure this thing out. I really want to make this happen. So I call Sam Ash in San Diego.
Did you go?
I didn't go, but I just called.
Yeah, how was that?
it was like phone rings. Hey, this is John in Sweetwater. Thank you for calling Sweetwater. How can I help you? I'm like, hey,
Sam Ash.
Sorry. I'm like, hey, how's it going, man? I'm like, I'm nervous. Like when I'm talking to him, I'm nervous because I think I'm just going to deal with the Guitar Center attitude and a guy that doesn't know what he's talking about, but trying to BS me into thinking that, convincing me that he knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
Hey, I'm looking for a drum module, like an electronic drum trigger. I'm looking for a specific one. I don't know if you have any in stock. And he's like, okay, let me transfer you to the drum department. Okay, cool. Boom. Drum department. Hey, this is Taylor in the drum department. How can I help you? Hey, Taylor, what's up, man? My name is Corey. I'm just looking for this specific drum module, like kick drum trigger. I'm looking for a Roland KD7. Oh, okay. Yeah, those are great, man. He goes, yeah, I have one of those in stock. And I go, can you tell me how much they are? They're like $139. He's like, let me look. He's like, yep, $139. Those are really good, man. I go, well, do you guys have any other ones? Like maybe like the cat version of that? The cat one we don't have in stock, but you know what? I go, do you know how those compare? Well, you know what, man? I've heard a lot of good things about the KD7. It's a really good module. I've actually used it myself. The difference would be the sensitivity. The sensitivity is way stronger. It's far superior on the Roland one than the Cat one. It's just a way better product. I know it's more expensive, but it's way better product.
Whoa.
I'm like, wow.
He actually knew about the stuff.
And then he's like, but you know what, man? If you got some time, check out the KT10. That's a way better pedal because then you wouldn't even need a pedal. It's just one module, it's weighted, it's like way better, and the sensitivity is better. They actually use those with the Roland V drums now. It's a way better product. I know it's a little bit more. It's about $100 more, a little bit over $100 more, but it's a way better product. And he's like, and then you wouldn't need to have a kick drum pedal or an extra pedal or anything like that or an extra beater. He's like, it's just one pedal built inside itself. And it's a standalone pedal. And I'm like, wow, thank you so much. And he's like, sure, no problem, man. Thank you so much for calling. And I go, well, I live in North County. I might come down and pick it up today, but we'll see. And he's like, okay, cool, man. Thanks so much for calling. Like, completely night and day difference. A guy who knows what he's talking about, knows the products that I'm asking about.
Dang.
Like, actually in the drum department and knows and used all this stuff.
Where is the Sam Ash in San Diego?
It's in East County. It's like in El Cajon or something.
Oh, man. Okay.
I could not believe it.
We'll have to do a field trip there. Maybe we can go do a field trip.
Not only did they have it in stock, they have both of them, the KD10 and the KT or KT10, whatever it is. They have both of them in stock. They know about them. They can tell you why that one is better than the other. Bro.
That's cool.
Guitar Center, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I ain't trying to hear that right now.
That was a great soapbox. I liked that one, Corey. That was good. We should go for a field trip.
I thought about calling.
I
thought about calling on this show, calling Guitar Center right now,
and asking
like,
for something, then ask Sam
and then
Ash
asking Sam Ash the same thing.
That's a good idea.
We should ask about the KT10 Roland kick drum pedal, and then be like, "Can you use that with this? Can you use that with that? Can you use it with this?" And then call Sam Ash and ask the same questions. Oh man, it's great. So it's a great show segment.
We'll have to do that.
Yeah. So that's my experience. Sam Ash, you're great. Stop talking to me.
Stop talking to me.
Guitar Center, beat it.
There goes my career.
All right, let's get our guest on.
All right.
Drum Brigade.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Funky Phil, we got a special guest. He's one of your homies. All the way from the East Coast. He's a fantastic drummer. Fantastic jazz drummer. Wow. All the way from Philly, we got Anwar Marshall on the line. What's up, Anwar? How's it going?
It's going great. How about you guys?
Good. Thanks for coming on the show, man. We're chilling out here in California and just living it up. You know, beautiful weather. Just, recording a podcast out here.
Yeah. How's the East Coast right now?
It's actually warm. It's about 50 degrees.
Wow, that sounds pretty warm. That's like freezing cold out here for us. That's like
Yeah,
jackets and
I know.
sweaters.
We're total sissies.
For this time of year, and they just had some snow, so it's been cold, but
Man,
not too cold for this time of year.
my wife and I were at the beach yesterday, and there was literally people in the water.
Yeah, man. I'm jealous.
Oh man! So you and Funky Phil go. We call him Funky Phil. I don't know why, but
Funky
we
Phil.
call him Funky Phil.
He's funky.
He loves like some funk stuff, and like so that's why we call him Funky Phil. But
I can dig it.
yeah. So you guys go way back. You were in school together, right?
Way back. Actually, Phil was one of the first people I met when I started to go to school there
Oh yeah.
at University of Arts. Like I feel it was like my second or third day of school I met Phil.
Wow. And he was a total jerk. Huh? I knew it, Phil. I knew it. He was like, "You think you could play drums? I don't think so."
Oh god.
Nah, Phil was always super cool to me, man. Always.
That doesn't sound like you, Phil. No,
Oh man.
dude, that's cool. No, that's really cool. Like, it's cool that you guys, I don't know, got to do all that stuff, man. I never went to school for music. Like, I just played.
Yeah, that's cool
That's
too
cool
though.
too, man. That's
Yeah.
cool too.
Yeah,
I kind of wish I did that sometimes. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, having your head that far up music's ass for this long,
yeah.
Yeah.
kind of drives you a little crazy. But I'm thankful. I'm thankful I did it. But
That's cool.
I kind of wonder if I could have just played and done it that way too. you know?
Yeah. Well, you definitely like you have like a skills. You have the skills that like I mean, I haven't seen like every video that you've done and like I haven't listened to every album but Phil has. Like just from what I've heard and seen, I mean, it sounds like really stupid, but like man, you're a really incredible like heavy dude, man, like really great.
Oh man.
So some of the artists that you've played with or currently play with, Dave Douglas, the Fresh Cut Orchestra, Orrin Evans, Captain Black Big Band,
Yeah.
Brian Marcella, Christian McBride, Mike Boone,
Yeah.
lots of jazz stuff. Do you play with, who else have you played with? Who else are you currently playing with? Like, what do you got going on right now?
Let me see. Currently, actually, I just got off the road yesterday.
Wow.
I was in Europe for 2 weeks with a vocalist from New York named Somi.
Dope.
And that music is sort of like, if I could describe it, both her parents are African immigrants,
Oh,
but her music is sort of like African singer-songwriter
dope.
kind of vibe. It's got a lot of jazz influence as well, but definitely more groove oriented than
Cool.
a lot of stuff that you just named.
Yeah.
But that's been a deep gig to basically learn how to do. A mentor of mine named Otis Brown III kind of hooked me up with that. He's the normal drummer for that band, but I've gone on tour with her about 4 times this year, and all different places that I've never been, which has
Dope.
been a lot of fun. So,
Man, that's cool.
Super cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. How was the tour? The tour was good?
oh, it was great, except, this tour, we were in a different city almost every day,
Yeah.
which was kind of crazy, like early lobby calls and,
I hate that.
plane flights and train rides. And, it was kind of hectic, but definitely fun.
Yeah.
Good to play nice drums every day.
Oh, that's good.
Like, the drummer Otis that usually does it, he's a Yamaha endorsee, and so I just used his back line, and
Cool.
they were nice, clean. They were kind of tuned up when I got there every time, which was
Dope.
pretty nice,
That's awesome.
but yeah, it was fun.
That's cool. I love that.
That is cool.
I hate like I don't hate, but like I prefer like I don't like tours that are like that. Different city every day, early lobby calls. Like I like to like kind of chill out and check out the city for even if it's a minute, like try to
Exactly.
do sound check and then cruise around and like see something or go shopping or I don't know. But
I hear it.
yeah.
I feel the exact same way, man.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. That's cool. So you just got back yesterday, so you're jet lagged.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't get my sleep together on the road, so I don't know if I ever left the East Coast time in my mind.
Man, I love when I come back from tours in Europe and like I wake up early. Like I wake up at like 5 or 6 in the morning, like, oh, I'm
That's
ready
what I
to
did
go.
today.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
woke up at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, okay. Nice.
That's cool.
Haven't
Man.
seen this in a while.
Yeah, exactly. So how about some of the other like artists that you've played with? You've done a lot of touring with them, or just like more like just around Philly or like New York, or like what's like some of the other artists that you've played with?
Yeah, like recently, let me see. I mostly play in New York when I'm on the East Coast.
Okay.
I have a spot in New York for about 2 years. And I'm still in Philly like at least once or twice a week. Mostly to work with a rapper that I produce for. His name is Chemist.
Dope.
He is Black Thought's protege, actually.
Wow.
And we were working together for maybe 3 or 4 years, and that's a totally different hat. You know, I'm mostly producing different tracks for him, playing a lot of keys and writing, arranging stuff.
Dope.
And we have a project that's pretty much done. We're just trying to get some legs under it as far as promotion and, just getting it out there. But I do a whole lot of that. This year has been pretty intense. Like I think you mentioned, I got to play with the bassist Christian McBride, who is like the best, pretty much the best upright bass player
and best
alive.
well known. Yeah, both well known.
That's so
and the best. That's incredible. That's what I mean. Like, not to put so much emphasis on you being a jazz drummer, because it sounds like you're very versatile and you can do a lot of different things. And and you're producing stuff. And you could see that in a lot of like listening to the music, like listening to some of your music. It's like, it's not just all like swinging stuff. It's like there's a lot of different influences. But for you to jump on a gig with Christian McBride, you can't be a hack. You know what I mean?
No, you cannot, man.
So, yeah.
I'll tell you what. We did, let me see. The last time we played together, we did just 2 gigs in a row. But the first time I got to play with him was, I think it was in September. And it was the same project with this pianist named Brian Marsala, who's super heavy in his own right. But we were recording the music of this pianist who's from Philadelphia, but he wasn't super well known. His name is Hassan Ibn Ali, and he died in like 1980. And the only record that he's done that people know about is this record he did with great drummer Max Roach.
Never heard of him.
Which is, yeah, of course. A lot of people, neither had I really until I, got into this project. And he's like a super bad pianist. And so the first time I had to play with Christian, we did a rehearsal first. And the next day after that, we played a concert of this music of this, so we were doing the music of that Max Roach record. And the day after that, we recorded it. And we recorded it all in one take. Wow.
Wow.
And there's not even an extra take of any of it. We just kind of played it down like we did in the concert. And man, I've never been more nervous in my whole life, man. It's like you look up on the bandstand and Christian McBride is standing next to you smiling.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, holy shit. It was quite a trip. But I think I got through it unscathed.
Well, that's that's always that's just that's awesome. I mean, what do you even say? You know, it's like that's just it's like that's those moments where you feel like you've worked so hard in your career and like I don't know, this is what you work so hard for, those moments. You know what I mean? Like if that makes sense, like
man.
you're like those are the moments where you stop and look at yourself and you're like, man, I'm doing it. Like I'm really doing it.
Yeah,
like
man.
whether and that's not like being cocky or arrogant or whatever. It's like it's just that's you're the dude now. You know, you're one of the dudes. That's freaking dope, man. Congratulations
Thank
on
you,
that,
man.
man. Like you know, that's like
super awesome.
Yo,
that's
thank
dope.
you, man.
Me and Phil are
It's,
like pure 100% straight up rock drummers. So you think you're better than us or what? No, I'm just playing. No. We don't
man,
even play rock, dude. I'm just kidding.
Rock is fucking difficult. I'll tell you that right now. Playing rock drum,
I'm totally
they're
kidding.
equally as difficult to me. Playing rock drums well is not a walk in the park at all.
Well, the scene out here in San Diego is very different. So like I play some jazz gigs, but it is nothing like that, and I'm faking that funk if I'm being real. And like but I recently went to New York, and like my wife and I were just there on vacation and visiting some family,
Right.
and like every time I go, I just nerd out like on the jazz scene out there, like. So I was at Smalls like a couple nights and like Fat Cat and like just hanging out like and I'm like I ain't trying to sit in, I ain't trying to even let anybody know I'm a drummer. I'm just hanging. And I checked out Ari Honig one of the nights there and it was dope and like it was fun, man. It's just so like it's so deep out there. It is so different from San Diego. I can't even tell you.
So different.
Like we have a lot of great drummers out here, but there's not a jazz scene, and the dudes that think there's a couple. There's like 3 jazz drummers out here that are dope.
Okay.
And like they're very like proper and traditional, and like and then there's me, and it's there's Phil, and it's like I'm like, oh yeah, no, I mean I love jazz, but man, I watch like some of your videos, man. I was just like, see, that's why I don't think I'm a jazz drummer, right there. That's it, right there. Every time I go to Smalls, man, I see these like kids. There's kids now. Like these guys don't look like they're old enough to be there, and they are like throwing down. Where I'm just like, how do you even learn to play like that? You're not old enough to even know this,
man. New York has you know. Every day I get to play up here, I also try to go see somebody play. That's always been a goal of mine. Because, you know, chances are you're playing opposite, you know, name 1,000 jazz drummers, and they're all here doing the same thing, playing at different clubs at different times, you know. So, man, one of the best drummers I've ever seen in my life is this kid Kojo Roney, and he's 13.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Dude.
And I'm like, he sounds like Tony Williams. And now,
man.
you know, he's finally kind of, you know, I think he's hit puberty, so he's about 6 foot tall now.
Wow.
Like all of a sudden. So, you know, he's getting used to his you know, his man strength.
Yeah.
So, you know, now he's going to play totally different, and it's, man, I'm excited to see what he turns into, because he's already pretty much technically speaking better than a lot of cats, but you know, he's going to find his own sound and his own style, and man, he's going to be one of the cats, man.
Man, I love that so much. I used to be so intimidated by that. You know, I started when I was young.
Oh, man.
Like most of us did, but I didn't really have that direction like that.
Right.
That like, and so that's what it's like is so like noteworthy to me, where I'm just like, I see these kids and I'm like, how did you get to this point? You have like a lifetime of like knowledge. It's like you just sat in a room and listened to records. But you're only 13, so how do you know?
Right, that must be all you've done with your life so far.
Yeah. But then you got to think though, when the guys were doing it, like when Tony Williams was doing it, I mean, when he was a teenager, who was he listening to, you know? But he created this whole thing where it was like kind of natural ability and obviously technique and stuff, but Tony Williams has a thing, you know, and like
he changed the game.
So these kids probably it's just the same thing. It's that natural ability of just the same approach that the actual dudes, the actual cats, like took to become who they were. I guess. Sure. I mean, it's just a theory, but sure. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
I think it's a perfectly strong theory, man.
Yeah.
You know, Tony in particular, they say he was, you know, just to be able to do the Miles Davis gig when he got it, he knew, you know, all of Philly Joe's, you know, technique and all that stuff, and all the records, and he knew all that stuff when he was like 15. So by the time he actually got to do that gig, he knew all that, and he could, you know, go from there and do his own thing. You know what I mean?
I love that.
But
I just think it's so great. I think it's so great when young kids have that like desire to listen to stuff like that and like
for sure
not get so caught up in just like the modern like pop stuff. Not that all of that stuff is bad. I mean, it's, you know, that has its own thing, you know, that's appealing, but kids to get like there's these kids out here like like I don't know if you know Tosh the drummer, but he's a kid from Orange County, and he's like he looks like a typical like Orange County skateboarder kid, but he plays like he plays like all these like gospel chop fills, and he's like a big chop guy, but he's a young kid, he's only 17. And him and all his buddies, like him and all his friends, they all listen to like funk stuff, like but not like deep funk like Texas funk or like they're just into like funk. Like they're just into like stuff, man. And it's like they listen to that stuff like how when, you know, me and my friends would listen to like whatever we were into, like hip hop stuff or like punk stuff or whatever. It was like that's their vintage, you know, cool hip music that none of their other friends are listening to. And they're all playing that stuff, and it's like, man, that's incredible. I love it. I'm
you know, that's in terms of other stuff that I'm super into, that's probably number 2 under playing jazz all the time is, you know, checking out funk records.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I spent a lot of, actually, I was just in Berlin, and I got a bunch of vinyl that I have been kind of searching for. But
I think I know exactly what store you went into if it's in Berlin. I went there and bought a bunch of vinyl too. It's like,
dude,
yeah,
that place was incredible, man. Like I was playing with that band, Somi's band, and the place we were staying was across the street from that record store. So I just went in there and went crazy.
Nice.
But you know, in terms of drum recording, I'm super into the way funk drums are recorded.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like a lot of times rather dry, and it's like right in the front of the mix, you know, like lots of mids and lows. I love that sort of approach to recording, and there's so many different, you know, examples of that in funk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love that too. It's like that.
Yeah.
The snare drum sounds and like the hi-hat sounds for me are just like, how do I get that? Like, I want that.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's cool. Man, that's awesome. That's like, I can't stop saying that. I wish like I could, just do all that stuff. Go to like Smalls and throw down and be like, yeah, what now? No, I'm just playing. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of this stuff, like who's hot right now, what's on your radar, like what you're into. Let me see here. You got one, Funky Phil?
When are you coming to San Diego, dude?
Yeah.
Let's hang out.
Man, good question, dude.
Bro, they would not know what to do. They would not know what to do on the Monday Jam out here. If you showed up, they would be like,
oh yeah,
oh my god, dude.
Yeah, that would be rad. I mean, I just want to hang out.
I don't think I've ever been either. But I love California, so I gotta come down there. the next time I'm anywhere close, I'm coming to. I'm playing in San Fran, which is not really
Nah,
that
it's
close.
way.
But,
That's like an
Yeah.
8-hour, 7-hour drive.
but that's in December. I'm playing with this cat Josh Lawrence and his band Color Theory.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Josh went to school with
Yeah,
us
and
too.
yeah, exactly. He was. What year did you graduate, Phil?
A year before you, I think.
Okay,
I think, yeah.
'cause I graduated in 2010.
Okay. Or maybe I think I was 2007.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, he was. I think he was around your year, or maybe a little earlier.
Yeah, he was
But
there.
yeah.
Where are you guys
He's a
playing out
total-
there?
The Black Cat, is that a thing?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
Black
think
Cat. Yeah.
about that.
Just in case people
But
want to go.
I've never been, so I'm curious.
San Fran is really cool. Really
That's
cool.
what I've heard. I heard it's like it's super artistic.
Yeah.
Town.
Very there's a good music scene out there too.
Sweet.
Man, it would be dope if you made your way down to San Diego. And
Yeah,
LA.
bring it to
too.
LA.
LA is a little bit different,
love-
but
Yeah.
San Diego's so chill, and like the music scene is it's kind of tight, like kind of, I don't want to say closed to outsiders, but like it's a very tight
I hear you.
community. But
Okay.
but it's very cool community. But the standard is very low out here, if I'm being honest. it is, man. It is. That's brutal. It is. Like people just don't try too hard out here, and then like everybody's like kind of comfortable with each other, and so there are people that could play, but like the jazz scene is a little bit different. But the jazz scene really thinks it's like really dope out here until somebody that really is like really dope.
Okay. I understand that.
There's like one or two drummers out here though that I'm like, that dude can hang anywhere in the world. Like he's that
Okay.
bad, but not too many. There's a couple guys that are good, but I don't want to talk crap on other fools. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about. So let me see. We covered like what you're up to right now, and you just got back from tour. Let's talk about our industry, and I hope this doesn't get too like. I hope this doesn't get me going too negative. Okay, because I don't know how the industry, like how your view is on the industry out there on the East Coast, but I have very strong opinions about the drum industry in particular. So, that being said, like out here, I don't know if you've ever been to NAMM show, but we have NAMM. I'm sure you heard of it.
Yeah, of course.
And,
I've never been. Unfortunately, I really want to go.
It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. It's been better in the years past, but I'm trying to figure out like what my actual question is about this. But like as far as our drum industry, like you as a drummer and like you as a traveling and a working professional drummer, you know,
Yeah.
what is your take on our industry? Like as in like products that you need, products that you use, like maybe even our community of drummers. Like what's your thoughts on the community? I mean, that's two very different directions, but what is your thoughts or what's your take on the drum industry?
Man, that's a deep question.
We could be here all day if I ask myself that question.
Well, yeah, man. I would say I'm in a place where, personally, I'm kind of trying to navigate, just that. Like, I just got Also, very recently, I got my first endorsement.
Cool.
Pacey cymbals.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
Congratulations.
There we go. Yeah.
No,
That's awesome.
that's really fun.
No, that's dope.
Yeah, thanks. It's my first time having a relationship with any kind of drum company, cymbal company. So, yeah, man. So far so good.
Cool.
I'm trying to learn how to play these shits, I tell you that.
So
this past tour, say that again?
So you, before you got this endorsement, were you using other cymbals?
Yeah, I've been playing Zildjian since I started. That's the only other cymbals I've ever owned, and I have some dope cymbals.
Yeah.
I've been lucky, but
cool.
now I'm kind of in a place of, trying to figure out my sound with these.
I've been there, man.
And
it's hard to do.
It's deep. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
And the cymbals I was playing right before this, I was playing them for about 10 years straight.
Wow.
It's crazy. But yeah, so far so good. Like I said, going on this tour recently, it was good to play the same quality kit every night. That was pretty dope. And the same sizes pretty much for the whole tour, and
That's good.
just walking up and everything's tuned already. It's funny, it's like besides playing my own kit every day, being in New York, you see a lot of kits that are, man, beat to shit.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yes, totally.
Like, and, drums that aren't really taken care of.
Right.
Very, sort of, you show up and the drum heads are all like pitted for the most part.
Yep.
Hard to tune them. The drum heads don't get tuned often enough.
Or replaced.
Or replaced, but yeah, it's like in the past year, it's been dope getting to sort of get farther in my career, so I'm not playing a shitty instrument every day. Yeah. So that's been very cool, and I'm kind of looking to, hopefully in the near future, snag a drum endorsement. Yamaha would be on the top of that list after this tour.
Yeah.
Man, those drums were really, really cool to play on. Super easy to tune. And, like, I think I finally, after, I guess, about 25 years of playing, have figured out, like, what I want my setup to be.
Yeah.
From doing this tour, which was dope.
That's cool. That's a good way to figure it all out, like this is why I use what I use, and here's what my sound is, and I really like this about that and whatever. I've always been a big fan of Yamaha. Like I play a custom company now, but before all of this custom drum madness, I was avid, like hardcore Yamaha guy. Wouldn't even consider anything else. They're just always there's a new another company. Now I can't remember what they're called. I'll remember later. But Yamaha makes their shells too, so they sound like the old.
Hold up,
Sakai, yeah, those drums, dude. Oh my gosh,
those drums are ridiculous.
Yeah, those drums sound so good, man. If you like Yamaha, those drums sound so great.
Yeah.
So that's like, you said something like that is kind of, it's the reason why I asked that question. A lot of people, like, especially like, I call them weekend warrior drummers, like out here in California, you have a ton of those that are just like weekend, rock and roll guys or whatever, but they don't really do it like how you do it, like jumping on and off planes,
right.
Needing, you have needs as a pro drummer, and you have the resume as a pro drummer to really be able to play what you want or have your sound. That's what's defining you.
Yeah, totally.
And like, so, but what I like what you said is that you're starting to form your relationship with Paisty but then on the other end, you have to get used to playing their stuff. Not that that's bad, but you've used like a certain setup, like, you've become familiar with, like, using Zildjian cymbals, but that can override, like, if you have a strong relationship with a company and they're willing to give you the help that you need,
For sure.
And that's important too. That's like, it's kind of 50-50 for me. Like I want a relationship with the company, like to be, like the drums I play, I have a relationship with them, like where I'm chatting with the owner of the company, like every week and talking about whatever, not even talking about drums. I want that. Yeah. Like I rely on that, but
right.
I feel like where people get it wrong is like, people think we're asking for endorsements because we want to get free stuff, or we want to just have like collect endorsements so that we have like, it's like a status thing. Like, well, I have this many endorsements, but that's not it. Like you have an endorsement because you need the support and need the help. And you saw the difference. Like when you were on tour, having the same or a similar setup and it's tuned and they're good and it's consistent. That's important, right?
Man, that was literally eye-opening for me. The especially, it was basically the same kit every night. It was like a Yamaha, like Maple Custom or Maple Custom Absolute. Mm-hmm. Every night, 20-inch kick drum, 2 floor toms, a rack tom, and 2 snare drums. I only used one. But for this gig, I felt like I only needed one.
Yeah.
But, man, just being able to, relax.
Yeah.
And the fact that your instrument is going to deliver every night was like, man, that was the best.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's like, that makes a big, people don't understand, it's like,
no, people don't. People definitely, I didn't understand. Trust me.
So this is the problem with our drum industry. That why I said I could be here all day is for this specific reason. And why you like basically explained it. You explained it without even knowing. You explained it. But for drummers like you need a drum endorsement. It's not that you just want one to have that part of your resume. You need that. You're a drummer who is touring all the time. You're doing like reputable tours. You're doing like tours that are actually like noteworthy, not just like, I mean, my buddies and I are getting in a van and we're playing like, it's so like, it's necessary for you because of the support and the like help and the consistency and identifying you and through your sound. That's part of your brand. That's part of your image. Like, oh, Anwar always play. Yeah, he's a Yamaha endorsee, and his drums are going to sound like this because that's him. Whereas, like, but then there's guys that have like 1 million followers or whatever, and then they get whatever they want, and they don't have that aspect of it's just a status thing.
Right. Oh, for sure.
That's a problem in our industry. That's a problem, man.
100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, like one thing that I notice in our industry is that like maybe this is a social media thing, maybe this is the drummers that I particularly follow, but I would agree with you in that it seems like certain drummers are, endorsed by the same couple companies, and they're playing is like almost identical to somebody else. And maybe a lot of it has to do with they're just, with these companies for the status symbol, and, they're not necessarily even attempting to be unique or go after their own sound. They're just signing up with different companies just for the heck of it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And to me, that's super boring.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, there is no individuality. There is no branding of, we ourselves are like, we are our own product, right? Like our playing, our sound, the way we look, the way we dress, whatever you want to call it. That's how we get hired to do these tours. But if we cannot use, if we cannot use the, what helps, like, what am I trying to say? Like, if we can't use what makes us do that the way that we do it, then we don't have a product. You know, it's
exactly. Agree.
yeah.
Agree.
Or if we sound like everybody else, you know, it's, you know what I mean? It's like,
Totally.
so
totally.
man, I hope that happens for you, man. And I think it could, if you do it right. You know, if you just, I mean, all you really got to do is just send them a list of tour dates. And then like, I don't think nobody really gets anything for free anymore, but that support for like when you're on tour should be it's like if these companies would just give you a chance, or like a guy like me a chance, or a guy like Phil, they would understand that like it's not just to list endorsees on our website. It's or endorsements on our website. It's like I genuinely need help on tour. Like not like I'm not asking for anything for free, but I already use your products. But if I can have an endorsement and a relationship like with you, and you can help me out for tour, like it's all just them talking to a backline company and making sure that kid is there, and then the production manager, or I mean the promoter paying for it. You know, it's like, but if that's what you prefer, that's what you prefer. But you know, it's like that would make a big difference for you in your career for like identity, and you know,
definitely.
Like, so
sure, man.
Yeah, there's that is something that like I'm always trying to convey to like either students or people outside of our industry or people in our industry, where I'm like, look, man, you're a dude in a suit. You don't get what we as consumers, and we are the guys using your stuff, you know?
Right. Totally.
You don't understand. You're giving it to some guy that isn't actually really using your stuff, or maybe he is, but it's like, we're the guys that are actually using your stuff, and people like are going to see us using it. And it's like, there's a lot of layers to it, but
on the ground floor too.
On the ground floor. Exactly. We're the guys that can actually talk about it. We're the guys who can actually come on a podcast like this and be like, hey, I play these drums and here's why, you know?
Right.
Or, you know, I play these cymbals. We've never talked about Paiste cymbals before on this show, but you came on and talked about them, and that's one of your endorsements. They should be happy about that, you know?
Man, I hope so.
Yeah, and it's cool, and it's like, and it's a situation, because here I was in the same situation too, and a lot of drummers are in that situation where, you know, I feel like some drummers out there have ruined it for all of us, where it's like, you know, like I've always played Zildjian, and then just to get the help and support I needed, you know, I've jumped ship and moved to like another company. And I was just like not getting what I needed. And I was like, I have to learn how to use these cymbals, and I don't know anything about their cymbals. I don't know anything about their line. Like I don't know anything. And I'm like, I don't know what I prefer to use. I don't feel like I can talk about it. And then I went back to Zildjian, and I'm like, dude, I can't move. Like this is what I play. Yeah, so it's, I think you'll get that way with Paiste, and like you know, obviously they're treating you good, and that's all that matters.
They should send you out to NAMM.
I know, dude.
Yo,
do some clinics out
I'm
there.
thinking of when is NAMM?
It's January, end of January.
Yeah.
The end of January.
Yeah.
I know I'm not that booked, and man, I'll tell you what, the jazz scene gets slow and
really.
So
do we. Everything gets slow.
Yeah, that's real.
Dude, come out.
Yeah, I might try to come out this year.
Come out, man, and like talk to Paiste about getting you a pass. If they can't, hit us up. We'll try to hook you up, man, and get you in. It's hard to get in here, but it's like it would be dope to hang, and like you could check out all the, you know, it's a lot. It's all the guys we're describing basically. They're like endorsement collectors are all there, but
they're all going to be
yeah. But if you're a guy
cool
that's like
too.
looking for an endorsement, like endorsements, it's kind of hard to do at NAMM, because everybody there is like, to be honest, it's a bunch of gospel chop guys like trying to get.
Right.
I guess I shouldn't say that on air, but that's what it is, man. No, it's straight up what it is.
It's your podcast, man. Call it how you see it, brother.
It is what it is. Like, and then like, you know, if you know, they automatically assume that's what you are, like, but you know, if you're, you know, like I said, the proof is in your playing, the proof is in your resume, the proof is in like a lot of things that you're doing, that they can just look you up and like be like, whoa, okay, wait a minute, this is a little bit different, you know. And then that also like separates you. There's a lot of drummers and musicians and stuff in on the East Coast that can all play, but you know, that separates you a little bit. So that's dope, man. It'd be cool for you to come out.
What I would say about the you know, I grew up smack dab in the middle of the gospel chops era.
Oh, okay.
And I thought I was, you know, I grew up playing in church like a lot of other guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought at a certain point that I would kind of, you know, pursue, especially in Philly, I would say, you know, maybe 80 or maybe even a percentage, like 90% of, you know, pop and R&B tours have at least a Philly drummer on it, or other musicians. Like, that's a big industry, you know, coming out of Philadelphia. So, you know, I know plenty of musicians in that circle that can play in that style.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately in Philly, a lot of those guys have their own personalized style and way they play.
Yeah.
And a lot of other drummers from other places, that's not the case. You hear a lot of the same sort of almost cliche type of playing.
Right.
And that's, man, it's kind of a shame, because all those people can play at a high level. My whole thing is, if you're going to play the instrument, you know, do it how you would do it.
Right.
Of course, you're going to be influenced by the stuff that's around you, but, you know, there's not one way to approach the drum set.
Exactly.
It can be approached any number of ways. And my biggest thing that I don't like that I've seen that happens with that sort of world is that the dynamic range is very small.
Yeah,
That's so true, man.
Full blast.
So true. Yeah. Full blast
Full
triplet
blast.
fills, dude, all day.
Yeah, it's like all day. And a lot of those guys can do other stuff, but if they have a camera on them, you know exactly what you're about to hear. You know, and you've heard it from a lot of other people, and that's like, to me, it's not even impressive anymore if everybody can do it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm bored.
Yeah.
And it's like, at that point, it doesn't even matter who you're listening to, because you're hearing the same information over and over and over again.
That is what's so crazy too, is like, you know, when I first heard that style, man, like, it was just like, what? I don't even know what this is. Like, what is? Because I didn't grow up playing in church, but that style has become like a standard. But now it's like everybody is playing like that, man. Like, no, I mean, like you said, there's different, you know, styles, but there's like, and I don't know what the style is, but the whole, you know, like you said, like the triplety fills, bass drum variation, kind of, you know, fast fills, like is like the standard. Like, you walk around NAMM show, dude. Like, last year I was walking around, you see like Asian dudes, like straight from Japan, like they don't speak English and they're playing that style. They've never played in church a day in their life. You see like random dude, like teenage kids that just, all they do is watch YouTube videos of like Thomas Pridgeon and like Ron Bruner or something. And that's all they do. It's like, and you could tell that some of them, like they can't, I don't want to say they can't really play, but it's like they don't really know like basic stuff, but they know how to do these really complicated, crazy gospel chop fills.
Right.
If that makes sense, you know, so
that totally makes sense.
Yeah. It
totally makes. I'll
weird.
say, if there's one thing I can, you know, say that has, you know, kept me working or keeps me working, is that, one, you know, I kind of pride myself on being versatile. Like, I can be a straight up studio drummer if that's the situation I'm in. I can play lots of different types of jazz.
That's dope.
I can play soul, R&B, gospel. I know, actually playing this gig with Somi, I've gotten familiar with some, certain African style grooves to play on drum set. The main thing is like to be hireable, which means like playing with good, playing with a good groove, playing with good time, playing well with a bassist, playing well with a rhythm section. Those are things that, the teachers I've had and the people that I'm really into, that's what they've always stressed is like, being a real drummer, which is like being able to solo is cool. Yeah. That is super cool. But like, besides playing drum clinics, where do you put that stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's if you can play 2 and 4, and if you're getting funky playing on the 1, if you can do that, you'll always work.
That's exactly what my dad always said, man. My dad's a singer, and he's always like, I've never hired anybody because of how well they could solo. He's like, I want it to be tasty, and I want it to be funky, and I just want it.
Especially as a drummer.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's your main job.
That's so true, man. It's like those are that's words of wisdom right there, man. Like, if there's if any of our students are listening or anything, that's, you want to be a working drummer. That's it right there. Take it from somebody who's working,
For sure.
Man, that's awesome, man. That's like, you're a good dude, man. Let's get into some rapid fire Q&A. All right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
Drum Brigade Podcast.
All right, these questions are meant to be just random, rapid fire, no real thought. You don't have to you don't have to get deep on them unless you want to.
Okay.
Some of them are not even drum related whatsoever. It's just
cool.
It's just like randomness. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, let me get one. Let me see here. Sorry. I guess the first impression one wouldn't work because he's never met me, but he knows you, Phil.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give you a scenario. You're on a session.
Okay.
You're on a session and you're bombing, man. It's just not going good. It's like the worst session you've ever had. And it's just, that cold sweat, the walls are closing in. Your palms are sweating. And they're just getting bummed out on you. What do you do? It's the worst case scenario. I know that's never happened, but like
that has happened. That has definitely happened.
More than happened to me too, man.
Let me see. What do I do? That's a hard what question. Do you do?
What do you do? Yeah, it's like
my main thing is to just like get through it.
Yeah.
Just get the session done. It's like you can beat yourself up later. Yeah. And you can be pissed off when you go home, but like just try your damnness. And again, play with good time, play well with the metronome.
Yeah.
Play well with the bass player. And try to get out of there as fast as you can. Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, that is the worst. That is the worst feeling, dude. Like when it's like the hardest thing is getting out of your own head.
Oh
like,
my God.
Blocking yourself from being like, you suck. True. You're the worst. I had that when I was probably like 14. I had like my first like real, it was like a real session. It was like actually a country thing. And they already, this was like, I mean, I was a kid, like I'm 40 now. So like, this was years ago, right? So anybody listening, don't be like, he can't play. Like, I need to get hired. All right. Anyways, I I went in this session and they tried to have me like the music was already recorded to a click, and they had me come in last and record my stuff. And I could not do it, man. I couldn't get past like the first 2 bars of the intro, dude. I could not do it. I couldn't do it. And they were just like, oh man, let's try it again. And I tried like probably 10 takes and I couldn't get past like the first 2 bars. And I was just like, I'm sorry. Like I was almost in tears, dude. Like 14-year-old me was just like, oh man. And they had to have my teacher come in and do it. But they were cool. They were like, no, it's okay. No problem. Like, you know, we'll just try again, like with somebody else, but we'll take the other stuff that you recorded. And it was just like, that was not good, man.
Man, that can be super rough too. Like, especially if, you know, if there's like one thing that you actually can't do, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, you roll up to the session and everything else is cool, and you bomb this one thing.
Yeah,
and you get it right. Man, that's super embarrassing.
Yeah,
but it's that same thing. It's like, man, just try to muscle through it as best you can.
Man, that intimidated me for the rest of my life. Like even now, when I go in the studio, I'm like, oh man, I hope I could play with the click. I'm like, why am I even thinking that,
dude? It's true though. It can be good though. I mean, I know it sucks, but it can be good because then it like kind of helps you refocus and like work on stuff that you might struggle with, right?
Exactly.
I mean, I get in my head all the time though. I'm always I spend a lot of time in my head.
If there's another drummer in the room, even me, Phil's just like, oh boy. I'm like, Phil, dude, what are you even doing? You could play. Just come on.
Oh boy.
It's oh boy.
Oh boy.
Phil, give us a whatever this
another
is called.
question. Okay. I'm gonna do the dino one.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I love the dinosaur question. Okay. Okay, Anwar. So say a bunch of scientists figured out how to clone dinosaurs like in Jurassic Park.
Right.
And they can clone any dinosaur that really existed for you as your own personal pet. What dinosaur would you pick?
I'm going to go ahead and say the pterodactyl.
Oh, yes! You and Phil. That must be a Philly thing.
I don't know why. That was the first one that came to my head. Like,
you want to go cruising in the sky, right?
Yeah, like, and plus, like, I don't know if my vision of a pterodactyl is scientifically accurate, but what I think it looks like, it looks super badass. And I feel like it would be cool to just like, you know, roll up to the homies with it on the back of a pterodactyl.
Roll up to Smalls like, I'm here for the jam tonight on a pterodactyl.
Got my drums.
Yeah, like that seems badass. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I now want a pterodactyl too.
It's the best choice.
You can ride any dinosaur.
Yeah, but you
fly, and it just seems
you fly.
Seems really cool, man.
Oh my
You could go to an island, dude.
I guess. All right. I mean,
and they're small enough that. Well, I mean, technically, I think what we're thinking of is a pteranodon. Because they're bigger. They're like I think they've got like a 30-foot wingspan.
Oh my gosh, that's huge.
It's huge, but they fold up.
Okay.
That's they fold up.
So
they could go they could probably go in a garage. You know.
Do you really think a pteranodon is going to want to kick it in a garage?
If it's a special cloned pteranodon that you can train, yes.
Okay. I'm going still. I'm going to change mine to Brachiosaurus.
Sweet, you're getting bigger.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, those eat vegetables. I eat vegetables, so I'm just gonna like eat vegetables with it.
Yes.
Hang out and eat vegetables.
Okay.
Share a salad or something. Okay. Let me see here. Give us 3 things people may not know about you. 3 things. They don't have to be crazy, you don't have to feel like you're gonna get thrown in jail if you're gonna say this. They could be random, like I really secretly want to be a police officer or something. I don't know.
Now that would be a trip. Let me see. 3 things people mean.
This is hard. I know these are hard.
This is difficult.
Okay, so me and Phil will go first, and then you could go.
Yeah, maybe I should go first.
Okay. I'm gonna give you 3. Oh, great. Now I'm stuck.
I know we do this one too many times.
Okay. People may not know the second to the last day of school. I think last week of school, I got in a fight.
Okay.
And I was in jazz band class. These kids came in, like it was the end of the year, and these kids like came in and were like, they weren't in our jazz band. And I don't know what happened. Maybe their teacher quit early or something, but there was a bunch of kids, like a bunch of students in our jazz band class, because it was like a big open area.
Right.
And they were mistreating all of our stuff, man. They were like throwing music stands and like just acting like stupid kids, and so I didn't like that, and I was like, hey man, have some respect. And
hey man, see, that's what's up. You stood up for the instruments, man.
Yeah, and he was
that's
like,
awesome.
They were like, well, like how, like they just thought we were like band nerds or something, and so I wasn't having that, and so we got in a fight. And I got like suspended, and like, yeah, it wasn't good. All right, that's one. Number 2. Let's see. What's number 2? What's another one? Number 2, I'm not that great at playing jazz drums.
Shut up,
I'm
dude.
telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I'm not that great.
You sound great.
Man, it's hard.
It's
super
hard,
difficult.
Man. It's really
Corey's
hard.
always cutting himself down.
But no.
He's always being like, "Oh, I suck at doing this."
No,
and then
you'd be able to tell,
and he's like fantastic.
You would be able to tell right away, like, he's faking that. Like, he's not that good. He knows a few rudiments, but like, he doesn't know how to use them.
So not true.
Okay, 3.
Man, I'm sure you sound fine.
Oh man. Okay, 3. People may not know that. Let me see. People may not know that I secretly like music that people probably wouldn't think I like.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
this is a good one.
Like I secretly like
smooth rock from the 70s.
I do. I like yacht rock. Like
Yo, yacht rock is the jam, man.
Yeah, dude.
Like Toto.
Yeah, Toto's cool, but I'm not like deep on Toto. Like, I mean, of course, everybody likes Steely Dan, but like, I've found some like, I don't know, like there's a modern band that I like. They're called State Cows. That band is dope, dude.
Okay.
And their drummer sounds just like what's his name from Toto?
Picaro.
And then like,
he must sound good. Then.
Yeah, he's dope. And then it's got that real 80s sound, like yeah, it's dope.
Smooth.
So yeah. I like other stuff too though, like that people may not know, like
smooth jazz.
No, Phil. No.
I'm just trying to get you on a soapbox.
All right, Funky Phil, what do you got?
Okay. That was all. That was 3. Okay, my 3. Let's see. Now, a lot of people probably do know this, but I drink a ton of coffee.
Yes.
I drink so much coffee like every day.
I wish I could drink coffee, man.
And I love it. And I don't feel bad about it.
You don't have to. You do not have to feel bad. You just feel some energy from that.
Yeah, it's a great drink. Anyway, so that's one. I've never been in a fist fight.
What?
I've never in my life been in a real fight.
That's going to change right now, Phil.
Oh, no.
Just kidding.
Nah, never been in a real fight. No.
Wow, no wonder you're so good, nice and calm, man. I wish I was like that.
Yeah, never been in a fight. So I'd probably get whooped if I did.
How did you survive in prison all those years, dude?
It's all about the connections, Corey.
Oh, man.
Okay, my last one is I don't watch sports
me either.
Care about them at all. I don't like any sports. I don't watch them.
Wow.
I don't care about them one little bit.
I can't see you watching sports, man.
Deep.
That's my 3.
All right, Anwar, what's your 3?
Okay. Let me see. Number 1, I've never owned a car.
What?
Never owned a car.
That is crazy.
In my life.
That's a true East Coaster right there.
Wow.
East Coast all the way, dude.
Do you have a license?
Mm-hmm. I have had a license. I do not currently have a driver's license. It's crazy, right?
How do you get to Philly and New York? Like
trains?
You just
take the
trains?
bus, take the train.
What?
Whatever.
Dude, public transportation is awesome.
I cannot tell you how weird that is for a San Diegan.
I know. For somebody from the West Coast, it's like you drive everywhere practically.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I try to take the train or take my bike, like my bicycle, but it's like I have a residency in downtown San Diego, and I live about 45 minutes to an hour from downtown. I have a residency every week downtown, and I want to take my train. I want to take the train, but the trains they stop running back to North San Diego where I live. Okay. They stop running at like 10, and my gig ends at 11. Or no, they stop at like 9.
Dude, public transportation sucks out here.
It sucks.
That's what I've heard.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2, let me see. Number two. I'll say, here's something crazy. I'm named after 2 different people that were assassinated.
What?
Whoa.
So I'm named after Anwar Sadat, who was the prime minister of Egypt.
Wow.
And he was assassinated. And my middle name is Malcolm, after Malcolm X.
Wow.
He was also assassinated.
Dang.
Super weird.
Wow. Dang, that's crazy. Man, you just dropped like some straight crazy ones on us.
I know, yeah.
So wait, you have one more?
Think about this. Yeah, I have one more.
Okay.
Let me see. I hope this one lives up to this. Let me see. What else might people... I like Phil, I drink a lot of coffee, but I actually drink espresso.
Ooh.
And I don't feel awake unless I have espresso.
Man.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
I'm so jealous. I have like stomach issues and like so I love coffee. There was a while where me and Phil were meeting up for coffee and talking about stuff, and I was just like loving my life when I was drinking coffee. And I was a Americano guy. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I started developing a problem with my eye, like where I came home from a gig one day and like I looked in my side mirror. You know what a side mirror is, right? Okay. Anyways, and like all the lights behind me were red, so I kept thinking I was getting pulled over. And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on with my eye? And then I like covered my right eye, and everything was like dark on my left eye. And so I panicked and went to the like doctor, and they were like, yeah, it looks like it's from like stress or something. And so I still have the problem. I'm waiting for it to go away before I start drinking coffee again. So right now I'm drinking tea, and it is not doing the trick.
For your eye?
It's just not doing the trick. Like it gives me a little bit of energy, but like I want a lot of energy.
But I mean, is your eye getting better since you stopped the coffee?
No, it's not. All right. Anyways, let's move on. Okay. Phil, which one should I do? Grumpy Soundman or Execution Meal?
I want to hear Execution Meal.
Okay. You're about to be executed. Then you get to choose your last meal. What's it going to be? Philly cheesesteak.
Ooh, that's the option. That's
I've never had one.
I'm gonna say my paternal grandmother's Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh
wow,
that
is a good one.
Yeah,
because she's an awesome cook. So everything on that plate would be delicious, and I would die happy.
Are you gonna have that this week?
I think I will.
Oh man,
I think that's in the cards.
Yeah, that's cool. I think I'm sticking with a New York pepperoni pizza, extra large. Just give it to me all. I don't like. So I'm vegan, so I don't eat that stuff. But if I did, I'm getting executed. I'm gonna give them a reason to execute me. Give me that pizza. Phil, what you got?
Well, okay, I'm gonna go with like an epic turkey hoagie from Philadelphia.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Like on a sarcones
cool.
roll. On a sarcones roll.
Oh, man.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about right now.
Well, it's all about the bread. You gotta have the right bread
All
for a
about
real
the
good
bread,
hoagie.
man.
Yeah. Do you know what a hoagie is, Corey?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, a hoagie, yeah. Oh, wait, I got a question about the driving again. Sorry. How do you get your drums to a gig?
Well, it's crazy, especially in New York. Almost all clubs have
A
drums.
backline. Okay.
And if not, then I take Uber, Lyft,
Wow.
etc.
And you're just like, hold on, man, I got to grab my kit. And they just kick drum in the...
I've been doing it for years.
Wow.
Doing it
So,
for many years.
it's so much, like, it's so far from what we do out here. It's so crazy.
That's super cool, though.
Like, even if I lived downtown, there's no way I would take an Uber with my drums.
Right.
I mean, my drums are probably a lot bigger. Like,
That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Fortunately, with playing a lot of jazz gigs, it's pretty much standard if you only show up with, maybe not the full kit, maybe just a, bass drum, snare drum, hi-hat, ride cymbal, maybe a floor tom.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe 2 cymbals, maybe not, maybe 1.
Wow.
You're getting stuck in the corner anyway half the time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, well, it's kind of okay if I don't have the whole kit and caboodle.
Dude,
but
I could just see myself like, yo, does your seats go down, man? Like SKB cases, like, hey man, can you take this gig and then come pick me up again? I'll pay you. Just
right.
Like,
I could sit up front, right?
Dude, that's crazy, man. All right,
man.
Let's move on to Would You Rather.
Wait, did we get Anwar's last meal? Oh yeah, the Thanksgiving meal. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, turkey hoagie.
Yeah, that's
New
right.
York pizza. All right, this is Would You Rather? Let's jump into it.
Drum Brigade.
Yeah.
Drum Brigade. Drum Brigade.
Don't make fun of our drops, man.
Drum Brigade.
I like it.
Bill makes fun of that one every time he hears it.
No, I love that one. That's my favorite one.
We're not real beat makers. We just kind of try to make something for transition. So,
Man, go for it. Go for it.
Hold on, I got a drop for that.
I'm always working on that thing. I'm still working on it myself.
Wait, you're on the East Coast. Do you know a drummer out there named Jeff Endyke?
No, I'm not.
Oh man, this guy's our hero, dude. This guy is our hero.
I gotta check him out.
Couldn't resist there. All right, I just figured about it. All right, give you guys a little bit of an extension there.
He's like I can't even talk, dude. He's like a teacher out there.
You gotta look up some of his YouTube videos.
Oh my gosh, dude. This dude. Here, I'm gonna give you another clip. Hold on. Let's see. Oh
Straight
man,
tone.
that's just beautiful, dude. He's so funny. I mean, I think he's legit and he's real. Like, but you watch these videos and there's no way this guy could be serious. There's no way. And like he's dead serious. And like he's
my God.
It's so good. It's so good. He's always teaching people how to play like John Bonham, like fills. Okay, he has a video that's called the Gad something. It's like the Gad files, like Steve Gadd files. And he's like he's showing you how to play like 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover, I think.
Right, 50 Ways.
Yeah. He's showing you how to play that, but it's so funny, man. It's like the way I don't mean like, yeah, he's great. He's just so unique and so great. And I think he would think that we're making fun of him, and maybe we are. I don't know, but like he's so funny.
I absolutely love that he's out there doing what he's doing.
Yeah, I absolutely love what he does.
Spreading the love of drums.
I think it's so entertaining and so great, and like I think it's wonderful. Anyways, he's out there in New York. You can hit him up for a lesson just in case you need one. You know, like,
Hey, that's right.
he puts his number on the front page. It's like, for booking or for lessons, please call. And it's like the first thing you see. I'm like, this dude puts his number on YouTube. Anybody could get that number, bro.
That's super weird.
Oh man.
There goes my career.
All right. Would you rather? So these are just like what they are. Like, like, for example, blondes or brunettes.
Gotcha.
So, would you rather blondes or brunettes? That's the first one.
Brunettes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm all about whatever, dude. I mean, definitely like brunettes over blondes, though. If I had to choose one, Phil, we know your answer.
Yeah,
blondes all day.
Yeah,
Phil's wife is blonde, so Phil, give us one.
Let's say cats or dogs.
Dogs.
Yes.
Okay, I got a good one.
Corey loves cats.
Drum shoes or drum gloves?
I'm gonna say drum shoes.
Yes, me too.
Drum shoes.
Drum shoes are so awesome, man.
I actually always wanted the Dave Weckl drum shoes.
Yes.
I never got it.
Dave Weckl drum shoes with the Dave Weckl mullet, bro.
Yeah.
It don't get any better than that. You want to play fast? That's the setup you need. Dude, Dave Weckl would rock that like that double-breasted suit he wore on that Buddy Rich video with drum shoes, bro. Like,
oh yeah.
Double-breasted suit. Hey, do you remember Vinny Caliuta's double-breasted suit, dude? That was like, you had to see that video.
They all look like they're in the mafia.
Yes, that's exactly. You know, Vinny was like packing a Tommy gun under that suit, dude. And I loved in that video, somebody's like, nice suit. And he's like all like coked out. He's like, thank you. It was a gift or something. It was so good, man. I love that. Like, of all videos, every drummer in the world knows that video inside and out.
Yeah, that one is.
That one and the Dennis Chambers one.
Yeah. Kills it so bad.
Yeah, Gad, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, Gad's cymbal setup and Gad's drums sound amazing in that video. Amazing.
Sound better than everyone.
Yeah.
Like he wins maybe just because of that.
Exactly. Exactly. That was a Yamaha kit too.
Yep.
Man, that snare drum, his technique, everything. I'm just like, dude, Gad, like, when I was a kid, like I always wanted everybody to play like I was impressed with Dennis Chambers, but like
that's my favorite. I love Dennis.
Yeah, me too, man. Gad, though, it's just like, even when I was a kid, I was like, why does his drums sound so good? They're perfect.
Yep.
And that ride cymbal, man, it's just, Gad's setup was sick.
He's still the man. Yeah.
Still the man, yeah. I love that dude. That dude's old. He's still like rocking tattoos. He's still funky as ever. Like, that dude's dope. Steve Gadd's dope. All right, give us a would you rather.
Okay.
Oh wait, I say drum shoes too, because no one can see. I can't be seen wearing drum gloves.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm going drum shoes too.
I could see Anwar like you playing with Christian McBride and just full on drum gloves, dude. Just
like the white one, like the Carter.
The white ones, yeah, Carter Buford, yeah.
Ones.
Just the most pure, like beautiful technique ever, but just full like golf gloves,
gloved
dude.
out.
It'd be amazing.
Oh, this NAMM, we got to go try to get glove endorsements,
dude.
Yo, you can do it, man.
I think I'm gonna just wear gloves the whole time. I gotta get some.
Oh my god.
Maybe shoes too, dude.
It's gonna be so good.
Race car shoes. They're so fast.
Okay, it's time for another question. I think we should do the Mary Kill F one.
I was gonna say that one.
Corey was talking about this earlier.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So we've got you got to put these in order of which one would you rather marry, kill, or make sweet love to?
Okay.
Guitar Center, Sam Ash, and Sweetwater.
He was thinking like Cindy Blackman, like he's thinking like 3 drummers.
Let me see. Okay. Whew. I would say, oh man, this is difficult.
It doesn't help that it like makes no sense. You have to make sweet love to like a store. In theory, it makes, if you think about it.
I mean, it could be vicious. It doesn't have to be sweet.
Oh my God.
I would say definitely I would like to kill Guitar Center.
Yes. Yes. I am there with you.
Yeah, actually the one Guitar Center that's in Brooklyn, there's no one ever even working after.
Dude, if you go back and listen to the show before we have you on, we call it my soapbox. It's like my rant of the show is all about that exactly. Going into Guitar Center and there's no one. I'll be like, yeah, I'll take this DW kit right here, and I'm talking to nobody.
No. Like, man, this is useless.
Totally.
You know? Let me see. So,
Now you have to passionately make love to one and marry the other.
Okay. I have no idea.
It doesn't make any sense, really, if you think about it. Phil has this theory that we've said a million times in the show, but it's a good one, and it always changes everybody's mind. Phil,
well,
if you will, please.
I might change it. I don't know. I mean, so I usually say I would marry Sweetwater because they've got absolutely everything you need.
Yeah,
great customer service.
They give it with candy,
and a 2-year warranty.
Yeah,
it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Free shipping too.
Shipping, yeah.
They've got it all. They're a little clingy though. You know, they call you a lot.
Call you.
Yeah. I would usually kill Sam Ash because I always think of Sam Ash as a lesser or less available version of Guitar Center. Like there's like it's like Guitar Center, but there's less of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so Phil would say, like, if you need a piece, like, you can always get it.
You can get a Guitar Center anywhere.
But the thing is, it's not going to be very good, and they'll have to ship it to you. You know? Like, you can't have it now. They'll be like, I can't right now, but I can ship it to you.
I think I might change it. I think today I might switch. I'm gonna kill Guitar Center today, I think, because of your stories.
I hate Guitar Center, dude.
And, yeah, so I'll F Sam Ash today.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, I got one more for you.
Yeah.
Okay, you're on a gig.
I'm on a gig.
It's kind of just like it's one of those gigs. It's like out here it would be like a wedding gig or something, like a casual, you know, and it's just like it's one of those gigs where you're just like, oh man, like you're doing it and you're happy to be playing your drums, but you also would like to get out of there and get home and like not have to be playing this gig. Like, you know, you just kind of want to get done and get on with what you're doing. Yeah. So you get offered, you play the whole gig and then they offer you a tip like, oh, here you go. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. But you have to play the full, like, you know, whatever, 4 sets. And then you get like a $20 tip at the end, or you can end early, like 30 minutes or 20 minutes early on your last set. Which one are you taking? It might be different on the East Coast. I don't know. Like a late gig at a bar, hanging out, have a couple drinks with the homies. That sounds fun to me, but a wedding gig, I'm like, get me out of here.
I'm leaning towards playing a little longer, mainly because even if the gig sucks, I've already played, you know, for 4 hours, 5 hours. What's another, you know,
Yeah.
You know, hour or whatever, especially if I'm making more money.
And then you can make a few more bucks and it pays for your train ride or whatever. I get that. Yeah. For me, the most, I think it's gotta be one of those gigs where it's just like, get me out of here, man. Just stop talking to me and like I just don't want to play no more. Like I just want to get out of here and just keep your money. I'm just gonna leave early, like Netflix, like I'm just gonna go home and chill out. Like
Yeah.
But I would like to say I would just stick it out to the end. Like these days, like I'm like, if I can make a few more bucks and just keep it in my pocket and like, you know, I'm gonna stay and just like hang out. Now, what if the gig ends, but then they come up and they're like, okay, can you guys play for like 30 more minutes and we'll give you this much money, or you can go home right now. Like, okay, 30 more minutes, you're going to make 50 more bucks, or you go home right now and you make your normal fee.
I would say if it's only 50, then I would just go home.
See, I would probably stick it out and be like, yeah, I'll take $50 for 30 minutes. I'll just do it.
That's what I'm saying. If the gig is in the condition where I'm just like, get me out of here, like as soon as possible, then $50 isn't going to cut it. But if it's $100, I'll be like, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah. Man, it's a hard situation. We've all been there, like on those gigs where you just want to get out of there as fast as possible and like not talk to anybody. But then I'm like, yeah, but money's money, you know, like I can leave and I'm still going to be stuck in traffic, or I'm still going to be like driving home. Like, so I might as well just make an extra couple bucks and, you know, and
yeah, that's definitely a factor.
Yeah. So, all right. You got another one, Phil, or is that it?
Cake or pie?
No, that's an easy one.
Ooh. I might be in the minority here, but I'm going to say pie.
Yes. That seems to be the majority on our show.
I'm on team pie all the way.
I think I'm cake.
You are cake.
Yeah, pie is cool. I just don't.
Favorite time of year because of pie.
Yeah.
Pumpkin pie. Shoot.
I love the crust. I love the crust of pie, but I never really like the inside of pie.
That's the best part.
No, it's too like eggy and gross.
Maybe you just had weird eggy. Oh, you're thinking of quiche?
No, I love quiche.
That's called a quiche, Corey.
No. Like, you know how you make like apple pie and it's all like slimy? What's that slime made out of?
Some of them. I mean, yeah, different stuff.
Yeah, that's a good question. What is that slime made out of? I have no clue.
It's made out of like...
It's cooked down apples and sugar.
And eggs.
No.
That's like bad pie. We're not talking about bad pie, like good homemade, like
yeah,
see the apples.
Okay, yeah, maybe, but I still like pie. It's not okay. It's not that I don't like pie. I like pie.
I think I got to make you a pie.
I just had pie, man. I just had pie from Julian.
Oh,
it was good, but it wasn't like okay. It was just good. But then I had like some apple bread that was like basically apple cake, and I was like, "This is good." You see,
that does sound good.
It's a texture thing, you know.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I think you just like puffy stuff.
I guess so, man. Oh man, Anwar, thank you so much for coming on, man. This is a really good interview.
My pleasure. This was fun,
man. I think we need to have you on and talk more about like your history and your start and you know, more about like what you're up to, like, and your plans are and all that, like more detail oriented stuff. I think this was more of just a hang this episode, but we kind of do that. We do that on purpose to keep it so that we can have you back on. It's not just like a life story podcast, you know?
I understand that.
Yeah. So, if people want to like get a hold of you or follow you, what's your, you know, do you have a website or your handle on Instagram or whatever?
Yeah, probably the best way is Instagram. My handle is just my full name. Okay. Anwar Marshall. Cool. All lowercase letters.
Awesome. So hopefully we can have you on again. Hopefully we'll be doing a live interview with you at NAMM Show in January. That would be dope.
Yeah.
That
sounds good.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you so much for coming on, and I wish you well on all your endeavors and finding endorsements and more tours and just becoming one of the dopest dudes out there, but please remember us when that happens, if it hasn't happened already. No,
man, no doubt.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you guys, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Anwar Marshall. Man, that was a good interview, dude.
Yeah.
That was a good guest, Phil. That was 100% you, like, recommending that guest on, to have him on. And that was great. He's a cool dude, man. If there was ever like a Drum Brigade-esque guy, if that makes sense, like a dude that the Drum Brigade is made for, you know, like our community, and like it seems like I've known that dude forever. Like he's just one of us, you know.
Yeah, he's a stand-up dude.
And like
super nice.
Super
humble,
nice, and like I don't think you guys
so good at drums.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think you guys understand. Like
I remember when he first came, like, because I met him, he said, like, we met in college, and he was, you know, he was just a brand new student, but he like ripped.
Yeah.
He's so good. Really good feel. Like,
I don't think like the people listening, like if you haven't, you got to look this dude up, man. Like he's like, what do you call it? Like world renowned? Like, no, like, well, probably, but world class. Like he's very, very skilled drummer, and like very, very like the artists that he's played with and like the stuff that he's done speaks for itself, but like the proof is in his playing. Like the dude can play. I mean, yeah, the dude is killer.
Yeah.
To play in that area of the US too, to play in Philly and New York, and like you have to be a good drummer to work. And like if he's working and touring and playing all that, that speaks for itself.
I really like, you got to check out the Fresh Cut Orchestra. That's one of the things he's doing. That they do some really cool stuff.
Man, I'm really stoked on having him on, and like I hope we can hang out sometime, whether we're over there or over here. He seems like a cool dude, and like really cool drummer. Like I love when like our show is about just what happened. So basically I've never met him before, and I didn't know him before, you know, you told me about him, but he came on and we hung out and talked about things that like drummers talk about. And it was very natural and very like, just, this is what drummers do. Our show is a drum hang. And that's why we can have drummers on that we don't know and still have a show, because that's what drummers do. Whenever, like, once the barrier is broken down of like the, like, I can do that too kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like if that's taken away, where there's not drums in front of us and we don't have to prove how cool we are on our drums, we can just talk. We have a lot in common, and people don't understand that. Outsiders don't understand that.
Yeah, it's true.
So I realized that when we started shedding out here in San Diego, where it was like after we would shed for like an hour, and then it was like, hey man, you're actually really good too. You know, like you're not proving yourself anymore. It's just like, we're just drummers hanging out, and then you start talking about stuff, whatever it is, like drum videos, chicks, food, burritos, whatever. It's like, we're all like, we all think the same, and we all like kind of, if you're the right dude, we all kind of get along because we're drummers.
Yep.
Not because you're a great drummer. It's just because you're a drummer. You know, that's dope. That was
brotherhood.
Really cool. Yeah, that's why the brotherhood. That's why we say the brotherhood of drums. All right, so that's the episode number 21. Woo. Anwar Marshall. He plays with a lot of people on the East Coast. He's a good dude. More people need to listen to this show, Phil, or else I'm going to freaking kill somebody.
Dang.
No, so help us get the word out on the show, man. We are like, okay, so just before I hit the ending button, we are past, like for season 2, we're past of what we did for season 1. So we only had 10 episodes for season 1. And now we're 11 episodes in on season 2. Right? Mm-hmm. So we regrouped, we like checked out the stats, and they are better than season 1. But they could be much better, Phil.
It's true.
That's where you come in, people.
Spread the word,
yeah,
please.
The Brotherhood of Drums. We need your help getting more people to listen to this show. If you don't like this show, then don't be like, yo, have you heard Corey and Phil's stupid, lame show? It's terrible. Don't listen to it. But if you do like our show and like what we do and like the aspect of drummers hanging out and chatting about it, then tell other drummers and tell other people. Like, I think other people can listen. Do we have a bad show, Phil?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Like, but I hope we don't. Like, if we do, then just let us know. Like, okay, we also need your help on like listener questions. We haven't had listener questions in a while, so reach out to us. Be like, hey, Phil, I don't know. How do you make bread? I don't know. Like, how do you play a paradiddle diddle inverted, with an accent on the whatever? I don't know. Just hit us up. Ask it. I mean, I answered questions about my stomach on this show.
It's true.
Corey, why do you like redheads? I don't know. Like, my wife isn't redhead, but I just do.
The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, maybe that. All right, so that's all I got to say. Just, we need to grow the show. I know we're only technically, okay, so first season doesn't really count. So like, that was our trial period. Now we're like 11 shows in for the podcast only. We're trying to keep it consistent. We're trying to keep it every week. We're trying to keep good guests, all that jazz. So help us get it out there. Give it a listen. Give it a shot. If you like it, be like, yo, have you heard this cool podcast? It's funny. Corey's like Soapbox. He talks about real stuff, man. It's a clean show. Kids can listen to it. It's all good, man. Listen to it. Listen to it. Gosh.
God, that scared me.
Don't be scared, Phil. Don't be scared. I'm just trying to tell you. Just listen to it.
Yeah, that's weird.
All right. Drum Brigade podcast, episode 21. Anwar Marshall, Corey Kingston, Funky Phil. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Drum Brigade. 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 Drum Brigade.